Why don't they just release an official Nintendo remastered Super Nintendo Entertainment System? Well, because Nintendo likes money. Nintendo wants money. So, it doesn't make sense for Nintendo to put out aftermarket systems that other companies are already doing. Remember, the patents are gone for the Nintendo Super Nintendo. They're gone. Bye. Which means anyone can make the system. So, they're not going to be able to put a product into the market that'll be competitively priced as the other aftermarket ones to begin with are. Or they'll be priced the same. It'll cost them more to get them to shelves, first off. Second of all, they won't be any better, most likely. Third off, they don't know how to make those systems anymore. They gotta put the plans together and do all that. So that's keeping them from doing it. It's like, what's the point? But most importantly, they won't be making any money off of the software for it. They're not making cartridges anymore, and they never will again. They're selling $5, $8, $10 downloadable titles on the Wii Shop and the eShop and the 3DS. They're making basically 100% profit on those. These are games that have been not sold in stores for 25, 30 years. So any cent they make is pure, unadulterated profit. They ain't making cartridges anymore for games that came out 25, 30 years ago. It makes no sense to do that. They're just going to keep pumping out, or your third-party games that they're taking a cut of the profit from. Like, again, pure profit. No overhead. They don't have to worry about, they got to store the game on a server. Yeah, so what? They own a warehouse of servers. Doesn't matter to them. So, again, there's no money to be made. And plus, they'd be cannibalizing their downloadable games if they came out with it, because then they'd be saying, okay, people, buy this system for your Super Nintendo games, so then you won't have to rebuy them for the third time on the 3DS and or Wii U and or NX. It doesn't make any sense. So I see this question a lot. I'm not saying it's a dumb question, but I think you have to understand business at least a little bit to see that there's no reason for Nintendo to come out with systems that they haven't produced in 20 years. There's no money to be made. If that was the case, they would never stop making the Super Nintendo when they stopped probably producing it, 97 or so. Or 96, probably the last time they produced it. It's just, yeah. They'd be shooting themselves in the foot. The same way when people say, why doesn't Nintendo become a software company only and stop making hardware? Because they need the software for the new games. The hardware both need to sell. So then it makes sense to make hardware because you're selling new software. But for old games that they're not making software anymore for, there's no reason to make the hardware. They go together.